welcome back. It's another episode of my Orisha journey. It's me, Daydream Alston, aka Oyabunmi, Oyabunmi. Guess I have two Oya names, okay? So before we get into today's topic, I want to just give you guys a couple of announcements. As most of you know, I do offer Ifa readings through my Babalawo if you are interested in a reading to help you make a major decision, to figure out who your head Orisha is, blah, 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 blah. Holla at me at daydreamalston.com. The link is in the description box. And on my website, you can also find a new ebook I just released called the Oshe Ifa Practice Handbook if you are fully initiated into Ifa, or if you have the hand of Ifa. This would be perfect for you if you don't really have a ritual for going to and propitiating your Ifa weekly. With this book, you'll get step-by-step details on how to venerate Ifa and Eshu on Oshe Ifa, which is Ifa Day, okay? That, once again, is at my in my website. I'll put the link down below, but you can find it in the store on my website, okay? Great. So today's topic is actually love and relationships. This story comes from one of my favorite Odu, Eji Ogbe, which is the first and the greatest Odu. Eji Ogbe, the incarnating Odu of Obatala. Epa, Orisha, Orisha, epa. And for those of you who don't know, Obatala is like my forever crush. I love Obatala. For some reason, when I think about Obatala, I get all like giggly. I'm like, Obatala, I love you. Like if I saw him on the street, I'm like, I don't know what it is. I got a thing for Obatala, so I love Eji Ogbe. So in this Odu, we find Orunmila. And Orunmila has been blessed enough to meet this woman. And he is completely in love and enthralled with this woman. Her name is Orilewa. Orilewa means beautiful Ori, beautiful head. And Orilewa is not only beautiful physically, right? But mentally. She's just the whole package. Orunmila is like, this is it, I love this woman. And luckily, thankfully, Orilewa is in love with Orunmila as well. So they are both in love with each other, and they're ready to jump out the window. You know that in love feeling. You just ready to go for, I gotta be with this person. This is it, And both of them are ready to jump out the window, but, Orunmila is very conscientious of his spiritual practice, and he knows that it is important to cast Ifa to see where this relationship is going to go. Because it could look good, right, and feel good for the moment, but he needs to know what it's going to look and feel like long term. Orunmila is a very wise man. He goes to his Babalawo. Even Orunmila goes to Babalawo and has them cast Ifa to see if this is going to be a good relationship. Now, what I love about this is Orunmila didn't just go to his Babalawo and say, all right, cast Ifa and see what Ifa says about this relationship. He went with a list of questions, okay? Orunmila said, you ain't gonna catch him slipping out here. He knew to come prepared. He knew to have questions prepared. So some of the questions he had them ask are, will this relationship be fruitful? Okay, will it be a good relationship? Will we have peace and harmony? That's a very important one, guys. Would I regret entering into the relationship? Sure wish I would have asked that one a couple of times, okay? Would or will we be blessed with good children? Will we live a long and happy life together? So, the Babalawos answer affirmatively to all of these questions. So can you imagine how excited Orunmila is? Like, he's in love with this beautiful woman. She loves him back. And now he's gotten not just the go from Ifa, right? From the system of Ifa, the word of Olodumare. Now he knows for sure that things are going to work out very well between him and Orilewa. So what's also beautiful about this is that at the same time that Orunmila was getting his reading, his Idafa, to find out if, they were a good match, Orilewa was at her Babalawo doing the same thing. So she also got the confirmation. And they came together and they got married and had a beautiful marriage. Right? So a couple of things about this story. Remember, I said he came prepared. So I've had Ifa relationship readings in the past, and it can say, say you're just posing the question, should we be together or should we get married? You can get a yes, right? You'll get some warnings in there about ways that you should behave, things you should avoid. You'll get some information about the beautiful things that could come to be between the two of you. But when it doesn't work out, there's just kind of like this, damn, but if I say yes, why didn't it work? And, it's a few different reasons why it didn't work. I mean, if you're just asking, should we get married? Ifa's like, yeah, you guys could be cool together. This is what needs to happen. This is what you should avoid. These are the beautiful things that could happen between you. But because you didn't get into specifics now, you're at the end of the relationship and there's regret and there's confusion and just being like, man, I thought that Ifa said. No, get very specific. I think, will we have peace and harmony is a great question. Will we regret entering into the relationship is a great question, because Ifa can say yes to a relationship, and then if you ask that question, you'll find out, oh man, what if Ifa says yes to you regretting the relationship later on? Then you have a little bit more information that you can work from, I'll also suggest, in addition to your Idafa, get some other type of reading. One time I had a relationship reading and it had all of these great things in it. It had a couple of warnings, right? But I'm looking at the great things like, oh, this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful relationship. But then when I read it with my tarot cards, I'm seeing cards like the Tower, the Eight of Swords. And if people know those cards, they're just not cards you want to see in a relationship reading. And I'm just like, oh, that's strange, because that was completely contrary to, not completely contrary, but contrary to what I had gotten in the Idafa, right? And in the end, I saw that the tarot reading more clearly displayed the ending of the relationship, the overall energy of the relationship. The tarot reading was like, look, this is how this is going to go down. The Ifa reading was like, look, this is how this could go down if you guys, do these things. If you guys follow these suggestions. If you guys do your Ebo, things like that. So you want to go in and be very, very clear about your questions. Honestly, I think these are perfect questions. And you also want to get, for me, I'm also going to do another reading as well, just so I can get a full view. And you'll never get every detail, but I think the two together gave me a pretty good view that I didn't know until after. And I was like, oh, that was a really good view together. Also, if Eji Ogbe comes down for a relationship reading, this is what we have to understand. You can get that and still have plenty of issues in your relationship if your character and your head are not beautiful. If you are not walking with a very high standard of ethics. Like Eji Ogbe, lying is a taboo. Like you really have to be very above board, clear, and really check your character. So if you're doing that, right, and you get a beautiful reading, right? You're watching your character, you're leading with a beautiful head, beautiful destiny, beautiful character, and you get Eji Ogbe in your relationship reading, wonderful. If you and your your partner on your character shit and y'all get a good reading, you can look to things being very, very good for you in the future. But at the same time, if you come into this and you see, okay, you have this old dude that's all about these high ethical standards, right? And it's telling you things can be really beautiful between you if you follow these standards, and then you don't. You actually put yourself in a bad position and can call down the wrath of the Orisha. Because it's like when you have certain energies around you and certain things are expected of you and you don't honor them, you can create problems for yourself, okay? So this is also to show that you don't want to just choose partners haphazardly. You don't have time to just be going out and just picking people without really thinking it through. Like, you need to make sure you and this person are aligned, that your destinies are aligned. You can be with someone whose spirit guides and supports are fighting you because you guys are not really meant to be together. Okay? So if you would like a reading, we do relationship readings as well. These are some great questions to ask about your relationship. Be prepared for whatever answer you may get, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon, okay? You guys take care of yourselves. Bye.